Instant reaction. The Phillies have traded for Jhoan Duran. I can't believe it, though I can at the same time. I love the move for the Phillies. Let's get into it. A few hours ago, the Phillies finally made the move that they needed to make. Now, prior going into the trade deadline, which is technically officially done tomorrow, I wanted the Phillies to either get a someone they could throw in the outfield that actually is a really good bat, specifically a righty bat, or a very good bullpen piece, or maybe one or two solid bullpen pieces, but preferably a very good to elite bullpen piece, because if you've been paying attention to baseball, you know how bad this bullpen is for the Phillies. Last time I checked, I think it was ranked 24th worst when you're just basing it off of the ERA. I touched on it in my MLB video like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. I can't remember when I posted that. The bullpen has needed help. And we've been linked to Duran, but it wasn't confirmed. Blah, blah, blah. You didn't know if he was going to get traded. Maybe he's going to go to another team. No, that was not the case. Bam. Dombrowski finally pulled the trigger. He ends up giving up Mick Abel and Tate, a catcher. I'm blanking on his first name, which I should know. But regardless, this is just an instant reaction video. And I'm going to keep it a buck. I know about Mick Abel. I don't know a ton about Tate. I know he's a very highly touted prospect in our farm system. He's a catcher. But from what I was hearing from people that do really cover the team, he would probably need a couple more years even to come up. And where we've been at with the Phillies the last couple years is this team needs to make a run now. This team needs to make a run now because we've seen the window. The window started in 22, and it's been open since. And this team every single year has regressed slowly but surely. You go from World Series to losing in the NLCS in 7 to losing in the NLDS in 5. That's not the trajectory we want to go on. We want to obviously win a World Series, but you want to continue to grow. And I think and most people, including myself, had to kind of just deal with it and just be like, look, dude, if they're going to trade some of these prospects, whether that's even your elite prospects such as Andrew Painter, Mason Miller, Crawford, you might have to give up one of these guys to go get the deal done, because what matters more right now, getting a World Series or your prospects potentially down the road? And let's also keep it a buck. This Phillies farm system, it's not very good. It's just not good. They don't produce a ton of talent. It's just not something that we do, sadly. I would like that to change, but the Phillies going to focus on one thing at a time. Regardless, I'm going to miss Mick Abel. Not going to say I was in love with him or anything, but he was a nice starter. He was a fifth starter in a rotation. Potentially could come out of the bullpen in the playoffs. He started off hot in the season, but ended up slowly not really being too good. So his stuff kind of took a back step. And then again, Tate, I'm not going to pretend like I knew a ton about the guy, and he isn't going to be playing anytime soon. Yes, does it suck to lose a catching prospect right now because Real Muto is 30-4, and we don't really have a backup after him. I mean, you have Marchand, but still, you need some talent there. But these are the moves that you got to do, and in my opinion, I'd do it in a heartbeat because you got an elite closer. You didn't just get a closer, you got an elite closer. Duran has a 2 ERA as of this recording. He's also a righty. And in my opinion, the Phillies, we haven't had a real consistent closer really at all in this run. I mean, even in 22, you would go to Alvarado, or maybe you go to Sir Anthony Dominguez. In 23, Kimbrel, come on, man. Kimbrel sucked, especially at the end of his run, or at least his end of the run with the Phillies was awful. This year, you had Alvarado, but he gets suspended. He can't play in the playoffs. And then you also brought in Romano, who obviously has not been that guy. Anyone watching the Phillies and keeping up with baseball has known this guy is not it. So the Phillies had to make a move. So I'm feeling very good that they finally have the closing position down. Like that's done, that's settled. We don't have to worry about that. Another huge positive for the Phillies, they have this guy on a contract for the next 2 years. So when Alvarado does come back and you slowly get some more pieces, it's only going to make this bullpen better. And I just think this is such a good move. You didn't just get a good to average reliever. You got an elite reliever. Someone that was highly touted on the market. And in my opinion, you didn't give up a ton for them. Yes, I mean, you of course still give up a potential starter down the road. and again, a potential highly touted catcher down the road. But again, are we playing for 2028, 2029, 2030, or are we playing for the 2025 season? And again, I'm not one of those people that says, let's trade everything. I would have been honestly annoyed if they traded Crawford Miller or specifically Andrew Painter. But for them to give up these two to go get an elite closer that you have on contract for the next 2 years, in my opinion, it's a smash trade. There's no way I can hate on the Phillies for this trade. There's literally no way. There's no way. And I've been one of those people that you can go back to my YouTube channel a year ago. I was not in love with the Austin Hayes move. I liked getting Estevez, but both those guys didn't really end up being what we wanted for the Phillies. More Austin Hayes. Estevez was okay, but Hayes was not it. And Dombrowski's been known to be a guy that is, again, a little bit, I don't know, he's been a little bit more reserved at the deadline for what I've liked with the Phillies at least. But to make this move happen, you had to do it. You now see the Mets are getting Hesley, you got Rogers, you got Soto. They're making moves with the bullpen. The Nats, as of this recording, just traded, I forget the guy's name, to Chicago. They're getting another guy in the bullpen. The NL is getting better in the bullpen. We're going to have to play one of these teams in the playoffs. You're competing with the Mets for the division. All these things matter. All these things are going to accumulate. So we had to make our own move and bolster what we can do. Now, what Dombrowski has said is that they are done with the bullpen. They're going to now at least try to get another bat. I don't know how true that is, but we have as of till tomorrow when the deadline ends. So we will see. But regardless, I just wanted to get this out there because it was breaking news a few hours ago. I already posted about it on my TikTok, and I have the YouTube short up. But I wanted to just get this out there because these are my full thoughts with a little bit more context and just a little bit more time to talk. Overall, love the move. Can't hate on it at all. I think this is exactly what the Phillies needed. Also, this guy seems like he's electric. He's got the celebration. He's got the walkout. I mean, I think Philly, if he produces, is going to love this guy. So very, very excited for this. Again, credit to Dombrowski for pulling the trigger. We had to get it done. I don't think they overpaid. Overall, I love the move for the Phillies. That's all I had in this one. Give me a like if you like this video. Drop your thoughts down below. Did you like the deal for the Phils? And if you like this type of content, feel free to subscribe. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace, guys.